home run in his very first at-bat. Ben Lively on the hill. He'll face Mike Tauchman leading it off. The veteran right-hander into the motion, and today's first pitch, it's in there, a strike, and we're underway. And here at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario, a chilly 35 degrees, light breeze blowing out. The next pitch misses down, 1-1 the count. Lively, 33 years of age, 6'4", 235. Fastball, sinker, cutter, curve, slider, change. Lively into the motion. The Floridians pitch swung on line to center. Coming on, making the catch about waist high is Lane Thomas. Mike Tauchman hit it hard, but at the center fielder, Lane Thomas, and that is out, number one. Stephen Kwan in left, Lane Thomas in center, Nolan Jones in right. The birthday boy, number 39 for Carlos Santana at first. Gabriel Arias at second. Ryan Rocchio at short. Jose Ramirez at third. Bo Naylor catching. Now Luis Robert takes a first pitch strike. The one thing about Ben Lively, he works quickly and he pounds the strike zone. Robert in center field, batting 161, takes inside, 1-1. Both these ball clubs really struggling from an offensive standpoint, but again, it's just such a small sample size a week and a half in. Now the 1-1, swing and a foul at the plate. 1-2 is Lively, jammed him with a fastball. This is a day where pitchers will tell you that baseball feels like a cue ball. It is slick. Now the kick on the 1-2. Outside, ball 2-2. Luis Robert Jr. is kind of one of the last men standing for the White Sox. He and Andrew Vaughn. Otherwise, pretty much a total rebuild for Chicago. The pitch, a touch high. Lively thought he had a strikeout. Full count. Outfield, medium deep, straight up. Lively works into his delivery, and the pitch way outside. He walked him. So Luis Robert Jr. is aboard, and there's a lot of speculation that if the White Sox get the kind of offers they would like, you could see more veterans traded, like a Luis Robert Jr., and you get it. I mean, the White Sox traded away their ace, Garrett Crochet, to Boston, but they got a boatload of terrific young talent in return, and you've got to make those deals when you're in a rebuild if you get the kind of package you want. Nick Maton takes a strike, left-handed hitter in DH. So we will see what happens to people like Luis Robert Jr. and Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn waits on deck. White Sox with a 2-7 record. They have dropped 5 straight. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. But there's a great vibe around this White Sox ball club under new manager Will Venable. They know what they have signed up for. Rebuilds are never easy. They're never quick. Not if you do it the right way. And the White Sox are bound and determined to make this into a long-time contender. Now the 0-2, and before it's made a throw to first, back with a dive is Robert. Heck, we saw the left side of the White Sox infield in Anaheim in Tim Anderson and Yoan Moncada. So there will be growing pains, but the White Sox like the direction. That pitch outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nick Maton batting $150, couple of homers, couple of RBIs. His brother Phil Maton, a one-time pitcher with Cleveland. Now the 1-2. And it's a touch low, ball 2-2. No score, just underway. The home opener on a 35-degree, bitterly cold day. Maton hits out of a very open stance. He's played with Philly, Detroit, Baltimore, now the Sox. Runner takes off, Lively. Snap throw to second. They got Robert in a rundown between first and second. Santana will tag him out. So Luis Robert with Ben Lively in a set position, broke for second, and Lively just turned and flipped it to second after he stepped off the rubber, and that's about as easy as it gets. The pickoff goes 1-6-3 on the pickoff. So, 2 down. Base is empty. No score first inning. Back to the windup. And the 2-2 delivery. Swung on, fouled upstairs, third base side. Will do it again. Will Venable, the rookie manager. He's a guy that was a teammate in college of Cleveland general manager Mike Chernoff. They were Princeton baseball teammates. Now the pitch, down low, full count. And I think everybody in baseball felt it was only a matter of time before Will Venable became a major league manager and the Sox landed him. Now the payoff, up high and back-to-back walks, but the pickoff comes into play. So now 2 down with Maton going to first and Andrew Vaughn batting 167 with a homer and 5 RBIs coming to the plate. No score, White Sox batting first inning, runner on, 2 down. And we may see pitchers struggle with their command today on this kind of a day, weather-wise. The pitch down and away, ball 1. Especially a guy like Ben Lively. This is a better day for a pitcher that's a power guy that relies on his fastball. Ben Lively relies on 6 different pitches, and he's a command guy who's got to keep you off balance. Now the 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air fairly well to left center. Kwan is back onto the track and makes the catch. Boy, that ball carried better than you might think it would. So a couple of walks does no damage. The White Sox not able to get on the board, and the Guardians are coming to bat.
At Cleveland Clinic.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's time to say hello, baseball, as spring training continues on MLB Network. Get an in-depth look at every club with daily coverage all the way to opening day. Check in with the players, check out the new rosters, plus the most live spring training games anywhere. Smile, it's already spring on MLB Network. Live games continue, presented by Best Western. Go to MLBnetwork.com for schedule and channel number.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Marathon ARCO rewards couldn't be more straightforward. I guess now that makes it a frank tank and bank situation. Sign up online, from our app, and even at the pump. At participating locations, terms and conditions apply.
Hi, it's Bill Wills, back in the morning with you. News, sports, traffic, and weather together on the 10s, WTAM 1100.
Well, we're going to get our first ever look at the youngster Shane Smith. A right-hander facing Stephen Kwan. No score first inning. And the first pitch outside a ball. This kid throws in the mid-90s. Fastball, curveball, slider, and a split change. Stephen Kwan batting .353. Smith, feet close together. Kicks, delivers, and misses up 2-0. Boy, do they like this kid. This kid is a Rule 5 pick. A Rule 5 pick. Smith in the rotation, delivering, and it's at the top of the zone, a strike. He was selected by the White Sox last December in the Rule 5 draft that takes place at the winter meetings. He was the number 1 pick of the entire Rule 5 draft. They got him from Milwaukee. Kwan swings, tops one up the middle, grabbed by the shortstop. Amaya throws low. Good stretch and grab by Vaughn. 1 down. And Milwaukee did not protect him because he spent most of the year in Double-A. Pitched a handful of games at Triple-A. But when you're the White Sox and you're in this full rebuild, these are the kind of chances you take on youngsters that, okay, may not be ready to help Milwaukee because they're a pennant contender. Here's Jose Ramirez. But a team like the White Sox can give them an opportunity right from the get-go. Pitch is up high, a ball. And the White Sox really are high on Shane Smith. Jose Ramirez batting .320, 4 homers, 6 RBIs. Into the motion is Shane Smith, and the pitch. Swing by Ramirez on a foul off to the right, and the count 1-1. Shane Smith made his major league debut against Minnesota when 5 2/3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, walked 4, struck out 3. He's not a finished product, but boy, does he have potential. The pitch, swung on, fouled right side, and a 1-2 count. Brooks Baldwin in left, Luis Robert Jr. in center, Mike Tauchman in right, Andrew Vaughn at first, Lenine Sosa at second. The shortstop, Jacob Amaya, Miguel Vargas at third, and the catcher is Matt Tice. Now the 1-2, swung on, a little looping liner to center, and it carries. Back goes Robert to grab it. Rosie, I'm shocked at how the ball is carried. That ball was hit off the front foot by Jose with one hand.
Well, you touched on it in the open, Tom, but for as cold a day as it is, the wind is not blowing in off the lake, and a little bit better carry here despite the chilly temperatures.
Here's the birthday boy, number 39 today for Carlos Santana. Hitting .265, a homer, 3 RBIs, batting left-handed at first. 2 quick outs, and a curveball misses outside, ball 1. No score in this ball game. Shane Smith, another guy that came out of Wake Forest. They have a pitching factory at that university. Now the 1-0, a swing and a foul back, 1-1. Wake Forest is so good in the pitching department that there are major league teams that have gone to Wake Forest to see what they're doing. They are about as ahead of the game as you can be on the collegiate level. Now the pitch, down low, 2-1. Two balls and a strike, 2 outs, nobody on, no score, bottom of the first. Shane Smith rocks into his delivery, the pitch, and a strike called, 2-2 on Carlos Santana. When Shane Smith was at Wake Forest, he had all kinds of issues, some not his doing. Not his fault that COVID hit in 2020. The pitch swung on and missed, and he strikes out Santana. Strong first inning for the kid. And after one, Cleveland and Chicago, no score on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
GE Sync smart light bulbs, fun strip lights.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 and a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Can't get enough baseball? Start streaming MLB Network today. Get up to 15 out-of-market games a week live on any device, plus 24/7 access to MLB Network's award-winning shows, including live game look-ins and exclusive player interviews. And hear live radio play-by-play from all 30 clubs with MLB at Bat. Enjoy the home of baseball from virtually anywhere. Plans start as low as $5.99 per month. Sign up now at MLBnetwork.com/stream. Available in the U.S. only. Blackout restriction applies. Visit MLB.com/subscribe for full terms and conditions.
Give you some real news tomorrow from 10 to noon on WTAM 1100.
Great to see one of the very best in the business, Bob Bechtel, with the White Sox stopping by as catcher Matt Thaiss takes up high. We are blessed in Major League Baseball to have some great people in media relations. Nobody better than Bob Bechtel. Now the wind by Ben Lively, and the pitch is up high. Ball 2-0. White Sox and Guardians, no score in the second. Lively having some command issues. He's walked a couple. And the pitch to Thaiss, way high, 3-0. Well, you talk about this weather, Rosie. How about what the Tigers did with the New York Yankees? Here's the pitch, in there, a strike. They're playing the Yankees. You know how big a draw it is. Of course, Major League Baseball went, oh, Yankees, they're a big draw. Let's give both Cleveland and Detroit the Yankees in April during the week. But the Tigers said, you know what? This is too hard on our fans and the players. They took all of the games against the Yankees and went from night games to day games. Thaiss takes, and it's in there, a strike. And Detroit was rewarded. They've already beaten the Yankees today, but I don't know if I've ever heard that before because of the weather being so preemptive. The Tigers moved all those games to day games. Thaiss fouling it back, full count, and that way you get the games in.
And even with a day game, they had to battle through snow yesterday, but you can just imagine what it would have been like at night. That time of year, I guess.
Now the wind and payoff. Foul down the left side. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Tigers are playing very good baseball. They're the leaders in the division. And today the Tigers shut out the Yankees 5-0. Pitch way inside, third walk as Thaiss is aboard. And that'll bring up Lenine Sosa. Today, that was Tarek Skubal shutting out the New York Yankees 5-0. Skubal went 6 innings. 14,000 at Comerica. Chilled to the bone on a 34-degree day in Motown, but Carlos Carrasco started for the Yankees, took the loss, giving up 4 runs in 4 1/3. No score here, second inning. Lenine Sosa, right-handed batter, takes, and it's on the inside corner, a breaking ball strike. Detroit now off to a 7-4 start, best in the Central. Kansas City 5-5, Cleveland 3-6, Minnesota 3-7, Chicago 2-7. The next pitch swung on a chopper to third. Ramirez quickly to second, one. Arias doubles up Sosa. Oh, did they turn that in a hurry on a slow chopper to third? And Arias with that cannon at second base, able to make the quick pivot and get rid of it. And they doubled up Lenine Sosa easily. And so the walks right now not causing any issues for Ben Lively. 2 down, nobody on, no score, second inning. Here's Miguel Vargas, the right-handed hitting third baseman. Gabriel Arias might be the only player in baseball with a better arm at second than Andres Jimenez. First pitch strike to Vargas. 2 down in this scoreless second inning. Vargas batting .161, no homers, 3 RBIs. Ben Lively kicks and delivers. And it's in there, a called strike, 90 miles an hour on the fastball, 0-2. Now the 2-strike pitch. Ooh, just a touch high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hey, when the Guardians are batting in the first 4 innings, if they have a 4-run inning, we're giving away 4 Bridgestone tires from the great folks at Conrad's. The pitch curved down and away, 2-2. Today's contestant is Chet Omil-Anowski of Cleveland. So Chet Omil-Anowski of Cleveland trying to win the 4 Bridgestone tires. Sign up at econrads.com. The pitch swung on, tapped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. And 2-2. This is why we talk about Mother Nature and the baseball schedule. The 2-2 swing and a miss, struck him out. You would think Cleveland would have no problems with cold weather. You get to play 9 games on the road to start the year. It's April 8th. Things are going to be beautiful. Should have played a game here in March. 35 degrees here today, but nope.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion!
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Mutual, the official health insurer of the Cleveland Guardians.
We are tracking some active weather.
Depend on WTAM 1100, your severe weather station.
Kyle Manzardo, the Cleveland DH, takes a low slider from the rookie right-hander Shane Smith. No score, bottom of the 2nd inning. Smith, feet close together, starts his delivery, first base side of the rubber, and misses up with the fastball. The Cleveland Guardians proud to partner with Cleveland Cliffs, America's iron and steel leader. To learn more, visit cliffsteel.com. Now the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, letter high fastball, 2-1. Shane Smith, his freshman year ends up being the COVID season, so only gets 7 games. The pitch fouled upstairs, 2-2. And then he gets into 2 games the next year in 2021 because he has to have Tommy John surgery. So talk about 2 tough years to start your collegiate career in Winston-Salem. Now the 2-2. Man, that was a good changeup. And he struck out Manzardo. That changeup is a split change. And the bottom falls out of it. Here's Lane Thomas, the center fielder, batting 172 with a couple of RBIs, right-handed hitter. So for this young man, it's can he throw strikes? The pitch. And a strike called. What is so amazing about him is he signed in 2021 after Tommy John surgery. Thomas fouling it off to the right, 0-2. He was not drafted. Well, you can see why. Redshirt freshman in 2020, COVID year. 2 games in 2021, Tommy John. But he signed with Milwaukee as an undrafted free agent. The pitch is in there. Strike 3 called. Thomas out looking, and the kid has struck out 3 in a row. 2 down, no score. Second inning. Here's Nolan Jones. So Milwaukee takes a shot. They signed him as a non-drafted free agent, knowing he obviously isn't going to pitch in 2021. He's going to be out for part of 2022. The pitch inside a ball. He only got into 3 games in the minor leagues in 2022. So you think of him, Shane Smith, red shirt in 19, so he doesn't play. The pitch is a strike, 1-1. As a redshirt freshman, COVID year, 2020, 7 games. As a redshirt sophomore in 21, 2 games, Tommy John surgery. And then in 22, 3 games in the minors. Pitch is in there, a strike on a breaking ball, 1-2. So it's really only 2 years in the minors that he's pitched, which is why I'm sure Milwaukee said, well, no one's going to draft him and keep him on the big league club. Except the White Sox grabbed him number 1 overall.
And kind of a shame for Milwaukee. Some good scouting there to select him with minimal college.
The pitch swung on, line foul down the left side. Still a 1-2 count on Nolan Jones. Also good scouting by the White Sox. Mm-hmm. Okay, we see what you're doing, Milwaukee. He has to stay with the White Sox all year or be offered back, but he's going to stay here. Now the 1-2. High, 2-2. And really, most of his career, he's been a reliever. Part of that was due to recovering from Tommy John. Last year in AAA, 5 appearances all out of the bullpen. AA, 16 starts, 11 games out of the pen. The pitch, Jones scalds one on the ground to third. To his knees, Vargas has it, gets up, throws him out. Nice play with the backhand on his knees by Vargas at third. And we'll go to the third, Cleveland, Chicago. No score in the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Whether you're shipping from Cleveland or through Cleveland, choose.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
News, talk, and sports on WTAM 1100 and on 106.9 FM.
So we go now to the third inning. Brooks Baldwin, switch hitter in left field, batting left-handed. No score here in the third inning. Time is called. A baseball is loose out in left field in the grass. Baldwin, another youngster, batting .280. I mean, this kid is only 24 years of age. Got into 33 games last year. Out of UNC Wilmington, same college that produced Cleveland pitching coach Carl Willis. Now the pitch, and he went off speed and dropped the curveball in there. Baldwin was a 15th round pick by the White Sox 3 years ago. The pitch, in tight. Baldwin, his dad Chuck, was an 11th round pick by Cleveland in 1987. 2 years in the minor leagues. The pitch, and it's high. 2-1. In fact, his dad, Chuck Baldwin, was the 1986 ACC Player of the Year. Now the pitch. Swing and a foul back. This is his boy, Brooks Baldwin. And a 2-2 count.
And not a whole lot of homegrown prospects yet for the White Sox, but their farm system is improving. And as time goes by, I know that the goal is to have more.
Now the 2-2. Swung on, smashed on the ground to first. Gobbled up by the Gold Glover. Carlos Santana makes the play himself. 1 down. Here's shortstop Jacob Amaya. Well, their farm system is now considered one of the better farm systems in the game. They've drafted well. Obviously, when you're having the kind of years they're having, you draft early, but you got to capitalize. And they made a great trade with Boston to get some great young talent. Jacob Amaya takes it to called strike. But rebuilds are hard, painful. But you have to be patient. That's the key. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. The great late Hank Peters, the man that Cleveland hired away from Baltimore, the man that really got Cleveland turned around. He hired Danny O'Dowd and John Hart. What a front office. They would then add Mark Shapiro. The 0-2, outside 1-2. But when Hank Peters came to Cleveland in the late 80s, he traded Joe Carter, which made him public enemy number 1. But he got a couple of kids named Sandy Alomar and Carlos Baerga. The pitch up high, 2-2. And Hank had a 5-year plan. And Hank Peters always said the key to having a plan is having the fortitude to stick with that plan when things start to go the other way. The pitch swung on, popped up foul behind the plate. Bo Naylor has room and makes the catch. Bo Naylor. You don't see a catcher very often catch a pop foul while hanging onto his catcher's mask with the other hand. Bo Naylor retires Jacob Amaya, 2 down, but Hank Peters was saying clubs get in trouble with a 5-year plan. In year 3, there are some hiccups. They panic and start a new plan. That never happened here. Mike Tauchman takes high, and so there were a lot of growing pains. But then we saw the fruits of that patience, and what an era in the 90s. The 1-0. Tauchman, a swing and a miss on a change. He lined out to center his first time up. Left-handed hitter. In right field. 2 down, White Sox batting, 3rd inning. No score. The pitch up high, and it's 2-1. Hey, be sure to check out the entire Corolla family at your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. The Corolla Hybrid, 50 miles per gallon. Toyota, let's go places. Lively, into the wind, here it comes. Another beauty of a curveball, and all of a sudden he's got that curveball working. 2-2 the count on Tauchman. Tauchman has a home run in 3 at-bats lifetime against Ben Lively. He awaits the 2-2. Here it comes. Swung on, fouled upstairs. We'll do it again. Everstream is Cleveland's business-only fiber network. Reliable connectivity your business deserves with fiber, internet, Ethernet, and more. Everstream, faster fiber, better business. The pitch. Swing and a foul back. We'll do it again at 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on, no score. Ben Lively's walked 3, has not given up a hit. Top of the third, the home opener. Now the 2-2. Strike 3 called. Painted the inside corner with that fastball. Lively gets Talkman looking. Middle of the third, Cleveland nothing. Chicago nothing. This is the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
He saved! Unbelievable!
Watch your favorite team all season long with the new Guardians TV presented by...
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is oppo taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an oppo taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Price match guarantee so you can shop with confidence. Hurry in to your local Aurora or North Lima locations. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. News and politics and who knows. Noon to 3 tomorrow. WTAM 1100.
Gabriel Arias leads it off for Cleveland, right-handed hitting second baseman, no score. Shane Smith, 6 up, 6 down. He gets a first ball strike in there and a weak chopper headed to short. Arias thrown out by Amaya. And this kid looks good. 7 up, 7 down. Here's catcher Bo Naylor. It's the Hyundai Grand Slam giveaway. Cleveland gets a Grand Slam in the third. Nathaniel Haslage of Lorraine wins the Hyundai vehicle thanks to your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. Visit HyundaiGrandSlam.com to enter. Good luck to Nathaniel Haslage of Lorraine. First pitch strike is in there to Bo Naylor. Naylor hitting 174 with a homer, 2 RBIs. Smith pounding the strike zone. No walks, 3 strikeouts, 7 up, 7 down. And the pitch down in the dirt. First time Cleveland's ever seen the youngster. Of course, it's his second major league appearance ever. Smith blowing on that hand. You're able to blow on the hand today. Lick it, do whatever you want. In this kind of weather, anything to get a grip on the ball. That pitch outside, 2-1. Unbelievably, Scott Berry, the home plate umpire, is working in short sleeves. That's incredible. Now the 2-1. Swung on a high drive center field. Luis Robert camped under it. 2 down. That'll bring up the shortstop, Brian Rocchio. He'll swing it left-handed, a 192 batting mark. 2 down, nobody on. No score, third inning for Brian Rocchio.
Tom, Barry may be an NFL offensive lineman. Green Bay Packers edition on the frozen tundra.
He's pretty... He's either oblivious to the cold or he's got a wife that's going to call him after the game and say, "What are you doing?" That pitch in there, a called strike. The shadows now encompass the home plate area, and they work their down the third base and left field lines. They'll work their way out toward the mound as the day goes deeper towards sunset. That pitch fouled back, 0-2. The breeze seems to have picked up, but it is blowing out. Normally, on this kind of a day, as bitterly cold as it is, the wind is blowing in off the lake, but today it's blowing out toward right. The pitch swung on, smashed up the middle behind second glove by Amaya. He'll throw over, and what a start for Shane Smith. He is perfect through 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down. He's only made 35 pitches, and we are scoreless as we head to inning number 4.
Step back in time and celebrate. Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's Network.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Latest news, traffic, weather, and sports at the top of the hour on WTAM 1100.
No score in this one as we reach the 4th inning. There hasn't been a base hit yet for either side as Ben Lively goes to work on Luis Robert for the White Sox, and Robert takes a strike on the outside corner. Now Lively has walked 3, but he picked off Robert back in the first inning after he walked him. That was big. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, and that's popped up right side. Foul territory. The first baseman, Santana, gives it a look, but he's out of room. It's out of play. And then after a walk in the second inning to Matt Tice, Lenin Sosa bounced into a double play. So despite 3 walks, no real trouble for Ben Lively. The right-hander out of Florida with the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just missed. Maybe a little high. It cut the plate in half. And the count's now 1-2 on Robert. Lively right back to it. Here's his pitch. Fastball outside. And the count's now 2-2. Robert had a right hip injury a year ago, cost him a bunch of time. Here's the 2-2, low and away, 3-2. And Tom mentioned it earlier. If he proves he's healthy and gets it rolling, he will be one of the more attractive trade chips midsummer. But he's had a hard time health-wise recently. Next pitch to him, swung on and ripped up the middle, a base hit just past the shortstop into left center. I mean, he's a 5-tool player.
Well, and it's ironic how life goes full circle. They got him as part of a rebuild process, and now they'll probably use him going the other way in a rebuild process. But look how good the White Sox got when they made some incredible trades the last time, and they're trying to replicate that.
Nick Maton, the batter. Here's the pitch to him, and it's low and in for ball 1.
Just think, Rosie, now it's harder to do what the White Sox did with Adam Eaton and some of those guys in the past because teams are so reluctant to give up any of their good young prospects.
1-0 the count on Maton. Here's the pitch. And it's down low. That's why it was kind of refreshing to see the Garrett Crochet trade.
Yeah.
Because Boston said, look, we have a chance to get a top-flight starter, so we'll part with some prospects. 2-0 the count on Maton. Robert, good speed at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on, yanked foul outside of first base. 2-1 the count. Guardians and White Sox, no score on a 35-degree Tuesday afternoon in downtown Cleveland. Does it boggle your mind every once in a while when we say the 32nd opening day in this building? Throw to first, he's back again.
Well, the opener in 94 was about as cold. It was sunny, and it was Randy Johnson against what would then become a juggernaut Cleveland team. Sandy Alomar broke up the no-hitter late. Wayne Kirby won it in extra innings. What a start.
Here's the 2-1. There goes the runner. The pitch is down low. The throw by Naylor. It skips in there and then pops free. So safe at second base with a stolen base is Robert. That's his second on the season.
And Rosie, the great thing was Randy Johnson was trying to replicate Bob Feller, the only pitchers to ever throw a no-hitter on opening day. And Bob Feller did not want that company. He wanted Cleveland to break up the no-hitter and win the game. They did both, but Bob was up here in the press box area.
Here's the 3-1. Swung on, line drive to right. That gets down for a base hit. And heading to third is Robert. He had to hold. He thought it might be caught. And that was close, but it hopped in front of Nolan Jones, and Robert advances to third on the base hit by Maton.
I think Jones got caught in between. But Bob was patrolling the press box and broadcast area like an expectant father in the hospital. One time said, I'm going to go grab a bat myself. Sandy Alomar made sure Bob Feller's the only pitcher in Major League history to ever throw a no-hitter on opening day.
Andrew Vaughn at the plate, infield in most of the way around for the Guardians, and Vaughn takes a pitch up high. So the first two hits of today's game come back-to-back to open the top half of the fourth inning. No score yet, but the White Sox threatening. Lively trying to work out of it with minimal or no damage. The pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Now, it's tradition now. We have Sandy on every home opener, Sandy Alomar. This being his 24th home opener in this ballpark as either a player or a coach. And he says absolutely the first one was his most memorable. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and that's popped up. Shallow right, out goes the second baseman Arias and makes the catch. Not nearly deep enough for Robert to even think about it at third base. So there's one down. But Sandy's had 23 in a Cleveland uniform and was quick to correct me. I thought it was only 23 total. He said I was one with the White Sox as a member of the opposition. So
there you go.
He said it's 24. And he said that was the hardest one. He hated it because he was on the other side.
Sandy Alomar personifies everything that's good about Cleveland baseball.
Matt Thaiss, the batter. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Well, he is so thankful to still be a part of it. He's on his third different manager as a part of the coaching staff, which is unusual in the game today. But he brings such value to this ball club each year. Thaiss walked his first time up. One out, runners on the corners, scoreless. Lively delivers, and that's sliced foul over to the Guardians' dugout, third base side. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Guardians Radio Network.
News, talk, sports. This is
And the pitch from Lively is up and in. Ball one. 1-2 the count. Jim Rosenhaus along with Tom Hamilton. Great to have you with us for the home opener in downtown Cleveland. Johnny Goldsmith, our on-site engineer, and Brian Matze up the street at Command Center. Here comes the 1-2. Nope, throw to first. Diving back in is Maton. Luis Robert, the base runner, down at third. Maton at first. Only one out. Infield at double play depth. Theis, a double play candidate. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to short. Rocchio to the bag for one. Arias, low throw to first. In time. Double play. And somehow Lively works out of it. Side retired. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Still no score in downtown Cleveland.
Ohio weather can be
for the Guardians. Quan bounced to second his first time up, facing Shane Smith, who's been terrific. Perfect game going, 9 up, 9 down, and he fires strike one to Quan. Smith, the big right-hander, winds it up, delivers, and his next pitch is in there as well, that changeup, which he throws it at about 89, 90 miles an hour, but with that mid-90s fastball, there's enough separation there and tremendous movement. The 0-2 waved at and missed, strike three. Wow, you don't see Stephen Kwan struggle that mightily just to make contact, but he really had a hard time getting a good swing off against Smith. So Smith now with 4 strikeouts, 1 down here in the 4th inning, and here comes Jose Ramirez, who flied to center his first time up. The pitch to him, and that's in there, strike one. Wow. Well, Smith was solid his first time around in a no decision against the Twins. His next pitch to Ramirez misses outside for a ball, 1-1. Same two teams tomorrow night in Game 2 of the 3-game series. A 6:10 first pitch. The 1-1 waved at and missed. Change up again. And it counts 1-2. This message from your friends at the Cleveland Clinic. With spring here, higher pollen levels are going to get going, triggering some allergies and asthma. A lot of things you can do to combat. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Still some sunshine on the mound, and behind it, the hitter in the shadows. So really tough conditions here for a little while longer. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. And this guy might be tough conditions even without the sun. Shane Smith. Here's his 1-1. Low and in, and the count's now 2-1. His ERA in the minor leagues with the Brewers over 3 seasons, under 3. And again, a lot of that as a reliever. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, ground ball, second baseman, up with it. Sosa flips to first for the out. And the Guardians go in order in the 4th. 4 complete in downtown Cleveland. No score on the Cleveland Clinic Guardians radio network. Fifth inning now, and Lenin Sosa, the batter, takes a pitch up high for ball 1. The Sox, they've had 5 base runners and a big threat last inning, but no damage. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good off speed from Lively that time. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. On the inside corner for a strike. Breaking ball. 1-2 the count on Sosa. Get to the injury report this half inning, presented by Elk & Elk. If an auto accident or medical malpractice caused you injury, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Here comes the 1-2 to Lenin Sosa. Fastball called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Sosa caught looking. He doesn't like it. A couple of words for Scott Barry on his way back to the dugout. There's one down. Well, the players rehabbing Tommy John injuries. Shane Bieber, Trevor Stephan, David Fry was here as well. And Tom, I know you had a chance to introduce the teams to the baselines and the entire roster for Cleveland. And they do this every year, but here's the pitch to Miguel Vargas, and he takes it for a strike. You had a chance to interview David, or introduce David Fry and Shane Bieber, and those guys come in for opening day, and it's a nice touch, I thought. And here's the 0-1, up high for a ball.
Yeah, Sam Hentges, Trevor Stephan, Shane Bieber, David Fry. A lot of guys, even Slade Ciccone.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, fouled back.
David Fry was saying, Rose, I got a chance to visit with him in the clubhouse, which is larger than the state of Rhode Island.
Yes, it is. And that's not a slap at the state of Rhode Island. It's a compliment to the Guardians.
But David was saying tomorrow's the first day he takes batting practice with overhand pitching, not the underhand soft toss. And he goes, look, I can't put a date on it because I know I want to be back sooner.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down.
But I think you're looking at probably June, sometime early June. David said the biggest thing for him is, look, he's not going to throw. He'll be a DH. But he said it's his right elbow, obviously his throwing arm. He said, if it were my left elbow, I'd have a problem swinging the bat.
Brooks Baldwin, the batter, takes a pitch inside.
Or if he was a right-handed thrower and a left-handed hitter, he said I would have a problem then because my right elbow would be my lead elbow with a swing.
The 1-0 up high.
But David said because it's his left elbow that does the majority of the work with your swing as far as the follow-through, the extension. He said the right elbow is not giving him any trouble so far.
The 2-0 swung on, line to the second baseman. One hop grab by Arias, throws to first, and he got him. Big day defensively for Gabriel Arias. David Fry will be welcomed back with open arms. He's a key to this ball club, no question. And it was great to see him today, as well as the others who came in from Goodyear, where they are rehabbing their various injuries and were a part of the home opener here today. 3 up, 3 down go the Sox.
Take a
Smith lets it fly, and his pitch is inside for ball 2 to Manzardo. Smith is still perfect through 4 now, and he's only made 48 pitches. Guardians trying to battle here and has some more lengthy at-bats. The 2-0 to Manzardo, and he takes it down low for ball 3. Manzardo struck out his first time up, one of 4 strikeouts for Smith. Now the 3-0, and that's high and inside, ball 4. He walked him on 4 straight. So Manzardo draws a leadoff walk here in the 5th inning. The Guardians have their first base runner And we'll see for Smith, who has that abbreviated delivery anyway. That runner at first is a bother for him. Manzardo, not a big threat to run as Lane Thomas steps in. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball one. Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. That's where you can check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com. Here comes the 1-0. And that's inside for a ball, 2-0. And out to the mound goes the catcher, Matt Thaiss. As really for the first time, Smith showing any remote signs of struggling.
Well, you wonder, first time out of the stretch, after you've been able to work out of the windup to the first 13 batters that you've faced, sometimes this is where it all unravels. Sometimes.
And we'll see. Can the Guardians change it up a little bit here with a different look? Thomas off to a slow start. Struck out his first time up. Here comes the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. 2-1 the count after 6 in a row outside the strike zone. These teams will meet 13 times. Guardians won the season series a year ago, 8-5. The 2-1, swing and a miss. And it's 2-2 on Thomas. But when you consider the season the White Sox had it, the Guardians, they kind of struggled against Chicago. Chicago played them as tough as any team they played last season. Here's the 2-2. Up and in, and it hit him. Looked like it got him on the hand. Oh, and Thomas is doubled over in pain on that right side of the infield and foul ground. Here comes Jeff Desjardins to have a look, the head athletic trainer, along with Stephen Vogt. And again, Thomas, like almost near the forearm on that right arm. So the Guardians will have runners at first and second, but is Thomas okay? And boy, on a day like today, it hurts anyway, but on a day like today, that's a tough one. Enbridge Gas Ohio wants to remind you, whether you're an individual or a contractor, state law requires that you call 811 before you dig to have underground utilities marked. It's simple and free. Just dial 811 at least 2 business days prior to digging for your safety. Man, they are still taking a look at Thomas, who he's trying to talk his way to staying into this game, and that'll happen as he heads on down to first base. So that'll set the table now for Nolan Jones, who bounced to third his first time up. Jones trying to get it going at the plate. That late spring training acquisition from the Rockies in exchange for Tyler Freeman. And so far he's been sharing time in right field with John Kenzie Noel, and both have had a hard time getting it rolling early in the season. He digs in. Is set by Smith. Here's the pitch, and it's a breaking ball strike. Infield up the middle at double play depth. At the corners, they're even with the bags. Outfield just slightly to the opposite field for Jones. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, line drive, caught by the second baseman, and then Sosa dropped it. Had he not, they may have at least had a try at Manzardo off the bag at second, but once Sosa dropped it, no chance at a double play. Simply a line out off the bat of Jones. A hard hit ball by Jones, but right at the second baseman. One out for Gabriel Arias, who bounced to short his first time up. And now, oh man, Thomas is coming off the field. He's still hurt. To the dugout. But that's not good when Thomas has to leave after being hit by the pitch in that right forearm. So we'll wait on the pinch runner for Lane Thomas at first base as Gabriel Arias will bat. Stephen Vogt talking it over with Scott Berry to let him know, and it's Daniel Schneemann who will come in to run for Thomas and stay in the ball game in center. No score in this one. Guardians threatening with runners at first and second and one away. And Arias stepping in. Runner at second base there for the Guardians in scoring position. That has been a mighty struggle early in the season. Here's the pitch from Smith. Swung on, pulled foul outside of third. Cleveland came in batting just 148 with men in scoring position. That is 29th in all of baseball, ahead of only the Mariners. White Sox, they're struggling too. They're just at 189, 12th in the American League. Here's the 0-1, swung on. There's a slow tapper up the first baseline, grabbed by the pitcher Smith, who tags Arias on the way by for the out. Now, Smith got off the mound quick and made a nice play. The runners move up to second and third, but now there's two down. Bo Naylor will give it a shot. He flied to center his first time up. No score, but even without a base hit, the Guardians with their best scoring chance by far. It had been a perfect game for Smith through four. And now Cleveland threatening in the fifth. Here's the pitch to Naylor. In tight, ball one. Home opener today. Sellout crowd. Sunshine, so it looks good, but it's cold out there. 35 degrees at game time and a breeze blowing out to right center. Here's the 1-0. In the dirt, backhand stop on the hop by Theis, the catcher. Wow, that's a heck of a play right there. Saves a run with Manzardo ready to bolt down. 2-0 the count on Naylor. The set and the pitch from Smith. Swung on, and that's drilled to right field. Back on it, the right fielder, and making the catch is Tauchman for the out. Some hard hit balls, but no damage done. We head to the sixth. White Sox nothing, Guardians nothing on the Cleveland Clinic.
Jacob Amaya fouled out his first time up. Cade Smith fastball slider split, and he leans him back with the hard stuff, 1-1. Hi again, everybody. Tom Hamilton with you. The home opener on a bitterly cold but sunny 35-degree day in Cleveland. The pitch is high, 2-1. Along with Jim Rosenhaus, Brian Motze, and Johnny Goldsmith. 0-0 game. White Sox with the only 2 hits back in the fourth. The pitch outside, ball 3, 3-1. Cade Smith makes appearance number 6, yet to give up a run. He may appear in more games than he did a year ago. That pitch is high, ball 4. Last year in the rookie season, Cade Smith made 74 appearances, had a 191 earned run average, had 28 holds, comparable to a save for a closer. Top of the order now, Mike Tauchman. He's lined out, struck out, and he sends the first pitch out of play, foul, strike 1. Boy, Ben Lively was good today. 5 shutout innings. He was in a heap of a mess in the fourth and got out of it. Now the 0-1 pitch, outside and high, 1-1. We've talked about Ben Lively before in that you will never meet a guy more competitive than Ben Lively, and he showed that again in the fourth inning. First and third, nobody out. The 4-5 hitters up, no damage. Smith missing up, 2-1 the count. White Sox at the corners, nobody out. Andrew Vaughn, their best hitter, popped up. And then Matt Theis hit into an inning-ending double play. Now the 2-1. A little high, 3-1, and a little outside. Well, you can warm up all you want in the bullpen, but till you get out there on that mound, man, this cold weather and wind slaps you in the face. The pitch way outside. So Cade Smith has walked the number 9 and 1 hitters. 2 on, nobody out. And the batter will be Luis Robert Jr. And out of the dugout comes now the legendary pitching coach, Carl Willis. He'll be in Cooperstown this summer to see one of his students get inducted into the Hall of Fame, talking about C.C. Sabathia. The job Carl Willis has done as a pitching coach in this game, unmatched. When you look at the number of Cy Young Award winners that have learned under the guidance of Carl Willis, and the beauty of Carl, his humility, it's never about him. It's always about the pitcher. But, folks, when Carl Willis decides to retire, that will be a massive loss. Dollar Bank is a proud banking partner of the Guardians. 28 locations across Northeast Ohio, ready to provide solutions to help get you there. Cade Smith to face Luis Robert Jr., and the pitch waved at, strike 1. Paul Sewald, the veteran right-hander, up in the Cleveland pen. Robert has walked and singled. The pitch to him. Slider popped up foul, first base seating area. And the count 0-2. Logan Allen and Sean Burke, your matchup tomorrow night. First pitch at 6:10. Thursday, a 1:10 start. That pitch in tight. 1:10 start, Gavin Williams against Jonathan Cannon. And then Kansas City comes to town for the weekend before Cleveland hits the road again to go to Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Kept that fastball in on his thumbs. And Luis Robert is a huge strikeout victim. The first out and keeps runners at first and second. Here's Nick Maton, a walk and a single. Maton, left-handed batter out of Eastern Illinois University. Breeze is still blowing out toward right. The pitch swung on, lifted in the air to center. Medium deep, Schneemann will grab it, and that is out number 2. Another example there why Cade Smith getting the strikeout of Luis Robert was massive in this game. Robert not able to advance the runners. Had he advanced the runners, Nick Maton's fly ball would have put the White Sox on the board. That would have been a sac fly. Instead, 2 out, 2 on. Here's Andrew Vaughn. He flied out to the warning track in left center, and then he popped up to shallow right. The pop-up came with first and third, nobody out in the 4th. A critical out for Ben Lively. 2 on, 2 out, no score. And a fastball pops in there at 95 for strike 1. Outfield playing the other way toward right for Vaughn. The pitch. Swung on, popped him up, foul, first base side. Santana, does he have room near the seats? And it's about 3 rows deep. And an 0-2 count. White Sox have lost 5 in a row. And they, like Cleveland, have had a dickens of a time getting a hit when it counts. 189 with men in scoring position this year. And today, the White Sox 1 for 5 with men in scoring position. Cade Smith. Long look in. He's ready. Hands held. Chest high. Lets it fly and misses away. Yanked the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Amaya at second, Tauchman at first. 2 down in this scoreless 6th inning. Now the pitch. Again, fouled off right side into the club seats. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Now the 1-2. Swing and a pop-up on a play to the right. Good at bat here for Andrew Vaughn. Count stays 1-2. There are a lot of folks surviving the upper deck in right field. The party deck there, that's a massive patio area. The wind is blowing right into their face. Of course, none of them have moved for 3 innings. The pitch outside, 2-2. They look like the Guardians on the bridge that lead away from the ballpark. Arms folded and frozen. Now the 2-2. Swing and a chopper to third. Foul. Boy, that would have been trouble. They get by Ramirez down the left field line, but just foul. Great at bat for Andrew Vaughn. Stays alive at 2-2. 2 out, 2 on. 6th inning, no score. And he walks back to home plate, about to see his 8th pitch of the at-bat. You get a sense 1 run might win this game today. This is a game you just try to survive. Now the 2-2. Swung on, fouled upstairs, right next door. And the count's still 2-2. What an at-bat for Andrew Vaughn. The 9th pitch. Swung on, popped up foul into the home plate seating area. Threw him a slider that time. And Cade Smith, this is going to be his 25th pitch of the inning. Here it comes. Slider wide, full count. This is as good an at-bat as anyone's ever had against Cade Smith. 10 pitches and counting. Traveling time for Amaya at second, Tauchman at first. And the payoff delivery. Swung on a chopper to short, gloved by Rocchio, plants, throws, inning over. Wow. An 11-pitch at bat, the battle won by Cade Smith, and the game stays scoreless in the middle of the 6th.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary.
Foul off to the right. Man, has this kid been lights out. 4 strikeouts, a walk, a hit batter. Had a perfect game until the 5th. Still has a no-hitter here in the 6th. Into the windup. And the pitch is in there. Good slider. And the thing about Shane Smith, he's only made 64 pitches. His second major league outing. Here it comes. And a foul back. Kind of spoiled the slider. Still a 0-2 count. District tickets are featuring standing room only and your first drink. All for $20. Go to CLEGuardians.com. Shane Smith, first base side of the rubber. Into the motion. Here it comes. High, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the pitch in the dirt all the way to the backstop, 2-2. Paul Sewald will pitch the 7th for Cleveland. White Sox have people standing, but nobody throwing in the bullpen yet, but that could soon change. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with that. Either slider or splitter. From up here, sometimes it's hard to tell. You got him. That's bottom line. 5 strikeouts for Shane Smith. And top of the order in Stephen Kwan. Stephen Kwan has grounded out and struck out. The pitch. Kwan takes fastball up. Ball 1. Now the 1-0. Kwan bangs it foul by first base coach Sandy Alomar Jr. 1 ball, 1 strike. More than a few folks have left the ballpark. The pitch, swing and a foul upstairs, sweet level. 1-2. Just bitterly cold here today, and there's no way you're escaping how cold it is if you're out here sitting. Now the pitch. Down low, 2-2. That looked like the split change. Tyler Gilbert, a left-hander, warming in the White Sox pen. No score, 6th inning. Now the windup and the pitch. Low again, same split change. Full count on Kwan. Kwan's seen it now a few times, so he's got a better feel for it. 3rd time through the order. Let's see if Cleveland can do some damage against the unhittable Shane Smith. Now the payoff. Swung and grounded to second. Easy play for Sosa. Throws out Kwan, 2 down. Jose Ramirez, the batter, lined out to center, lined out to third. Two outs, nobody on, no score, bottom of the 6th. Tigers keep rolling. They shut out the Yankees today behind Tarek Skubal. Tigers now 7-4. The pitch, down low, a ball. The Yankees are 6-5 for all their home runs. You make good pitches, and you get New York out of that bandbox, they're a different ball club. Now the 1-0. Down and in, ball 2, 2-0. Shane Smith just turned 25 4 days ago. Here comes Hosea. Cue shot off the bat, rolls to third base hit. Well, he couldn't have rolled it in a better spot. Looked like he got jammed and just somehow got a little roller off the bat down that third base line. That's the first hit in the game for Cleveland. It's legit. Nothing questionable about it, but it's not exactly a blister shot. Santana takes down low, ball 1. So Shane Smith, 5 2/3 of no-hit ball. Now the birthday boy, Carlos Santana. Strikeout, ground out. Birthday number 39 today. The pitch to him. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. Left-handed hitting Kyle Manzardo on deck, and one would assume that Shane Smith is facing his final batter if Santana gets aboard. No score, 2 down. The pitch swung on, smashed by the diving Vaughn at first into right, base hit. On his way to third, Ramirez. And the Guardians, with a couple of back-to-back 2-out singles, have runners at the corners in this scoreless ball game. And Kyle Manzardo will be the batter. And we'll see if manager Will Venable goes to the left-hander or sticks with the kid. It looks like pitching coach Ethan Katz is heading to the mound. Gilbert is ready if needed. Now, the thing about manager Will Venable, who's in his first year as a Major League manager, and if you're just joining us, teammates with Mike Chernoff on the Princeton baseball team. But this might be a case where the manager is saying, you know what? This is a rebuilding program. Let's see what the kid can do. And let's see if he can work himself out of this. Let's face it, the White Sox want to win. We get it. They're major leaguers competing to win, but you're also trying to learn some things. And the young man's going to get a chance to see if he can get out of it. No score. First and third. 2 down, 6th inning. Kyle Manzardo, the hitter, the pitch. And he grounds one foul outside of first, strike 1. Will Venable may be saying, you know what? I want this kid to know we believe in him. And we want him to not feel like any time he's in a jam, we're going to yank him. Now the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, line to right, down the line, foul! Oh, he got a hanging slider and hooked it foul into the right field corner. And an 0-2 count on Kyle Manzardo. Guardians at the corners, 2 down. We are in inning number 6. We are scoreless. Kyle Manzardo off to a tremendous start. 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. He may have seen his last slider. With an 0-2 count, he may get that split change now. Here's the delivery. Runner goes, pitch swung on and missed, got him. With a pitch in the dirt, Manzardo will be out. He started walking to the third base dugout, so he basically given himself up as far as the play being over. And how about that? Shane Smith got a chance.
All Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an eighth-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
To stream all Guardians games for just $99.99, subject to national exclusivity. Learn more and subscribe today at CLEGuardians.tv.
Hi, it's Bill Wills back in the morning with you. News, sports, traffic, and weather together on the 10s, WTAM 1100.
Paul Sewald to face Matt Theis, and the first pitch is popped up in the air. Shallow left. The shortstop, Brian Rocchio, will retire the White Sox catcher. Seventh inning, no score, as Paul Sewald enters for the sixth time. He's 0-1 with a save, ERA 6.23. Fastball slider for Paul Sewald. Ben Lively went 5 shutout, then Cade Smith, a scoreless sixth. Now Paul Sewald delivering, and a slider's in there, strike one. No score, the home opener. The pitch, swing and a foul back, and it's quickly 0-2. The next delivery, strike 3 called. Sosa out looking. He has struck out twice and hit into a double play. 2 down, 7th inning, no score, Cleveland and the White Sox. Here's Miguel Vargas, twice has struck out today. Now the set, now the pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air to center, not deep. Schneemann coming in, he's under it, makes the catch. Wow! Paul Sewald, a 5-pitch inning. It's stretch time at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. Cleveland nothing, Chicago nothing. The home opener on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Medical Mutual knows small businesses are a big deal. That's why they partner with the Council of Smaller Enterprises, better known as COSI, to offer health benefit options for companies with 1 to 50 employees. The COSI benefit plan provides the same great benefits as large corporations, but on a small group budget. Join more than 7,900 small businesses that offer the COSI benefit plan to their employees. Talk to your broker or visit COSIbenefitplan.com/join now. Medical Mutual, the official health insurer of the Cleveland Guardians.
Hey, Guardians fans, looking for one thing that doesn't require a lot of effort to get a big payoff? Look no further than Sugardale. Whether it's perfectly smoked bacon, a juicy ham, or mouth-watering hot dog that gives those stadium vibes, Sugardale's done the hard work for you. They know anything worth doing is worth doing right. So Sugardale expertly smokes, seasons, and cures their meats right here in Northeast Ohio. It's simple. Just head to your local grocer, reach for the package with the red oval, and leave the hard work to Sugardale.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a walk-off grand slam or a base hit to center field. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Guardians. 21 plus only. Must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Fans chanting, "Let's go, Bo." The pitch, swung on a rocket, deep right center. It's got it.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an eighth-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Building blocks for the future, and Shane Smith today about as impressive as you could possibly be. Now we'll get a look at Tyler Gilbert, the 6'3 left-hander, 225, 31 years of age. Gilbert is a guy that seemingly throws everything. He doesn't throw hard, low 90s, but he's got a fastball. He's got a sinker and a cutter. So 3 different fastballs. Then he's got a curve, a slider, and a split finger. Pinch hitter now for Daniel Schneemann, who came in for Lane Thomas after Lane Thomas got hit by a pitch in the wrist. And the pinch hitter, John Kenzie Noel. Gilbert's pitch down in the dirt, ball 1. Lane Thomas left, we are told, with a bruise to that wrist. He got smoked by Shane Smith in the 5th inning. But good news, no breaking of any bones. Noel, a swing and a miss. And the count 1-1. John Kenzie Noel, 1 for 16. Last time we saw him pinch hitting in this ballpark, he set the city into a frenzy. The 1-1. Noel swings and pops it up foul. First base side. This is right by the White Sox dugout. And the count 1-2 as it goes out of play. Tyler Gilbert is making his first appearance out of the White Sox bullpen. Last year, Gilbert made 6 appearances for Philly, most of the year in the minors. Pitched part of 3 years prior to that with Arizona. Pitched at the University of Southern California. Now the 1-2. Down and in, 2-2. Of course, when he pitched for the USC Trojans, they had a rich history in the Pac-8, the Pac-10, the Pac-12. Now they're in the Big Ten. The 2-2. Down and away, full count. Tyler Gilbert. They tell us he enjoys surfing, and you can test your manhood on a day like today going out to Lake Erie. Now the payoff delivery. Swung on a rocket by third base coach Rugi Odor. Foul ball. Still a full count on John Kenzie Noel. trying to break up this 0-0 game here in the bottom half of inning number 7. The next delivery swung on a little blooper up in the air, foul ground, first base side, caught by the catcher, Matt Thaiss. John Kenzie Noel out number 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for a station ID. You're listening to the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeart radio station.
Tom Hamilton, Jim Rosenhaus, Brian Motze, and Johnny Goldsmith with you. No score, 7th inning. Nolan Jones 0 for 2, takes down in the dirt, ball 1. Both teams 2 base hits, no errors, 4 left, no runs. The next delivery, Jones takes a strike on the outer edge, evens the count. Hey, when other roofers disappear, Legacy Roofing is there for you. Watertight or Legacy makes it right. Stand by their work every time. Call 855-GOT-ROOF or visit legacyroofing.com/Guardians. Now the pitch, way outside, ball 2, 2-1. White Sox folks were saying before the game today that the real concern for the White Sox, and this is typical when you're in a rebuild, the back end of the bullpen. The 2-1 swung on, fouled at the plate, 2-2. They literally don't have a closer. When asking the White Sox, who is your closer? Whoever has the baseball in the 9th inning with a lead. Literally, that's how it'll go from day to day, but that's not a surprise. If you had a big-time closer and you're in a rebuild, you're trading that guy for a boatload of young prospects. So it's not surprising that that's the case. The pitch. Jones checks on a breaking ball in the dirt, almost chased it, full count.
And it's not that you don't want to give your team a good chance to win, but realistically, it's not an area you want to dedicate too many resources to at this time.
Now the payoff pitch. Swing and a foul back. Well, that would be like having 4 great tires from the great folks at Conrad's. And the only thing you have in your garage is a bicycle. You will make sure you got that back end of the bullpen taken care of when you're ready to contend. The payoff, again, foul back. Good battle here, left on left. Nolan Jones checks the bat to make sure he didn't crack it. Full count, 1 out, nobody on, 7th inning, no score.
And that's not to say you're not going to compile as many good, young power arms as you can.
Now the 3-2 delivery to Jones. Swings and fouls it off. Great at bat. This is one of the best at bats we've seen from Nolan Jones. He's going to see at least 9 pitches in this at bat. Again, the 3-2. Down low, he walked him. Tremendous at bat. Left on left, a 9-pitch walk. Nolan Jones heads to first with 1 down in the 7th. No score. Gabriel Arias to the plate. 2 ground outs. Gabriel Arias. This game, you feel like one swing of the bat is going to win it. The pitch. Down and in. Oh, what a pick by Thaiss on a ball that almost got Gabriel Arias in the back foot. Somehow Thaiss made a heck of a grab. And that would have put a runner at second. Had Thaiss not made a great pick. No score, 7th inning, runner at first, 1 out. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Down and in again. He's just yanking everything, and to the mound goes Matt Thaiss. Well, when you've got Russ to Bust, use PB Blaster, a Cleveland original since 1957. PB Blaster always working like a pro. No score in this game. A 2-0 count with a runner on, 1 out in the 7th. Mets lead the Marlins 6-5. They're in the 6th inning in Queens. Earlier today, Detroit behind Tarek Skubal shut out the Yankees 5-0. Yankees are now 6-5. They have really cooled off. Now we're ready. Now the 2-0 pitch. Ooh. Shaved the outside corner, I guess, with a changeup. 2 balls and a strike.
And the Yankees are down a man today. Cody Bellinger fell victim to bad chicken wings.
Now the 2-1 pitch. And before it's made, a throw to first. Back standing is Jones. The pitch. Swung on, line to right, but foul. 2-2. Well, when you order room service and your chicken wings come with feathers, that is a red flag.
Yeah. Stay away.
Normally, I would suggest you do.
Okay.
That's not ranch dressing. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chased the changeup down. Arias, the strikeout victim. 2 down. First strikeout for Gilbert. Runner at first. No score. 7th inning. Here's Bo Naylor. He's flied out line now. One of the things we have learned in the first week and a half of this Major League Baseball season, room service at a lot of these 5-star hotels can still be a very dangerous proposition. Left on left, the pitch to Naylor. Swung on, lifted in the air, fairly deep center. Robert drifting back, makes the catch, and we go to the 8th. Cleveland nothing, Chicago nothing. You're listening to the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Calling all baseball and softball players. Registration is now open for Guardians Youth Summer Camps presented by Union Home Mortgage. Open to boys and girls ages 6 to 4.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's time to say hello, baseball, as spring training continues on MLB Network. Get an in-depth look at every club with daily coverage all the way to opening day. Check in with the players, check out the new rosters, plus the most live spring training games anywhere. Smile, it's already spring on MLB Network. Live games continue, presented by Best Western. Go to MLBnetwork.com for schedule and channel number.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
WTAM 1100.
Hunter Gaddis will make his 5th appearance. Still hasn't given up a run. Fastball, slider, changeup. And we go to the 8th inning, no score. Paul Sewald, a 5-pitch, 1-2-3 inning. Brooks Baldwin, switch hitter, batting left-handed. 2 groundouts for the left fielder. Hunter Gaddis works third base side of the rubber. Full windup. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Oh, what a slider. Rosie, these uniforms look whiter than I remember. They're sharp.
I wonder if it's the red hat, maybe?
Yeah.
With the blue bill?
The 0-1. Swing and a foul at the plate, 0-2. Or, with all the renovations down below in the clubhouses, Willie Jenks, the visiting clubhouse manager, Tony Amato, the home clubhouse manager, they may have better washing machines. Now the 0-2. Down low, 1-2. Sharp home uniforms.
Absolutely. Those and the road grays are sharp, too. I like them.
Yeah, I wish we wore them more than once a game or once a road trip. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. High heat disposed to Baldwin. One down here in the 8th inning. It'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Jacob Amaya. Well, on a serious note, we send our condolences to the family and friends of a longtime Cleveland baseball fan, Aaron Stoikov, who passed away in December. Man, was she a huge fan ever since kindergarten. That pitch in there, a called strike. So, condolences to the Stoikov family. Now the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled upstairs, 0-2. Here's the next offering. Just a touch outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Into the windup, the 1-2. Swung on a chopper to short, flattened out when it hit the lip of the grass, but Rocchio stayed with it, threw out Amaya. Well, you're waiting for that nice bounce. It hits the lip of the grass, flattens out, and Rocchio, with the great hands, was never flustered by it. And 2 down, top of the order, Mike Talkman. Nobody on, no score. Now the kick and delivery, and it's in there, a called strike. That was great visiting with Frank Robinson's wife and daughter today. The pitch up and in, 1-1. 50th anniversary of when Frank Robinson became the first African-American manager, the first African-American manager in either league for the Cleveland Indians. 50 years ago today at Municipal Stadium, Game 1. The pitch, swing and a miss, pulled the string, 1-2. And, of course, Frank Robinson with that historic home run as the DH, and his wife and daughter here today. And Barbara was saying, well, of course we would be here. Baseball has been our life. What an incredible lady. Now the windup. Now the 1-2 pitch to Talkman. Up and in, 2-2. And if you missed it, Joe Noga wrote such an incredible story on Frank Robinson in that day in the Cleveland Plain Dealer. Now the 2-2. Swung on, golfed in the air to left. Quan is under it to make the catch to end the inning. I did not know until I read Joe's story. Frank Robinson was not putting himself in the lineup for his first day as a manager. Phil Segui said, hey, you've got to play in this game.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is oppo taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an oppo taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
How I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Make WTAM 1100 a preset on our free iHeartRadio app and listen to Guardians Baseball.
No score, bottom of the eighth. Brian Rocchio fouling off the first pitch, strike one. Staying out there for a second inning of work is the left-hander Tyler Gilbert. So, of course, that means Rocchio turns around and bats right-handed. Today, Brian Rocchio 0 for 2. No score, eighth inning, each team 2 hits. Rocchio rips one to left down the line, foul. Well, today's paid attendance, 33,722. That's a sellout. Today's walk-up crowd, 12. Now the 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. We literally had people walk up for a sellout game, and 12 of them got in because somebody must have turned in their tickets. One down on the strikeout of Rocchio, top of the order, and Stephen Kwan.
I'll bet sales of winter weather gear at the team store are doing well today.
Yeah. All of you hoping to get nice jackets and blankets and sweatshirts from the team shop, they're fresh out. Here's Stephen Kwan 0 for 3 taking a called strike. Now, we're only teasing on that, but if this were a Browns game, people would be going, nah, no big deal. You don't expect it for baseball. Kwan 0 for 3, sends one in the air, foul down the left side, 0-2 the count. 1 out, nobody on, eighth inning, no score. Well, the White Sox could have cost Cleveland the division title a year ago, the way they played Cleveland compared to everybody else. The pitch, swing and a miss, good-looking slider away. Gilbert strikes out Kwan, his third strikeout. 2 down for Jose Ramirez, 2 lineouts and a little infield roller for a base hit. We'll have a pitching change, though, as rookie manager Will Venable is coming on. Will Venable and Cleveland GM Mike Chernoff were teammates for 2 years. Mike's junior and senior year. And Will Venable was a freshman and sophomore.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an eighth inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 and a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
And Mike at the head of baseball operations.
Mike Clevenger is now on the pitch for the Chicago White Sox. He's also gotten some opportunities to close out games. So he has made the move from the rotation to the bullpen. He got an invite to spring training and made this ball club. Now Jose Ramirez will face him. 2 down, nobody on, batting left-handed. Looks at a breaking ball low, ball 1. Boy, Mike Clevenger had some incredible years here in Cleveland. He's never been able to recapture it once he had the Tommy John surgery. The pitch. Down at the knees, a strike on a changeup. Clevenger is making his 5th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 3.38 ERA. Posey, 1 for 3, batting left-handed. 2 down, no score, 8th inning. Now the 1-1. Swung on, fouled upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. Clevenger averaged 13 wins a season for 3 Cleveland years, 2017, 18, and 19. A 13-game winner each year. The pitch up high, or averaged 13 wins each year. Then, of course, went into that blockbuster trade with San Diego in August of 2020, a 9-player trade. It's bounced around a little bit since. Now the 2-2. Swing and a foul back, jammed on a breaking ball. Mike has had some issues staying healthy. He had a second Tommy John surgery with San Diego. And then last August, he had disc replacement surgery. Major neck issues. Now the 2-2. Swung on a little floater in the left center. Routine for the left fielder Baldwin. Clevenger gets Ramirez. We go to the 9th. Scoreless in Cleveland on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Don't bust your knuckles. Bust your...
Fueled all summer long, marathon driven together. Best closer in the game for about a 3-year stretch is now in there. Emmanuel Clase, no score, 9th inning. Clase this year been banged around a little bit. 4 outings, he's 1-0, 6.75 ERA. Manager Stephen Vogt and Carl Willison visiting with them in Anaheim. They were saying a couple of things with Clase. One, they feel like he's done too much throwing, not enough pitching. They'd like to see him use the slider more as Luis Robert Jr. steps to the plate. 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Pitch swung on, smashed on the ground to short, gobbled up by Rocchio, throws over, high throw, and Santana jumping up. Came off the bag to catch it, and Robert hustling down the line is aboard. Now give Robert a lot of credit for hustling down the line on what should have been a routine out. But the high throw, and Rocchio has just been charged with his 3rd error. Cleveland has been the worst defensive club in the American League here in the early going. 10 team errors now. Here's Nick Maton driving the first pitch up in the air to shallow left. In is Kwan, out is Rocchio. Rocchio grabbing it. And this is what we are seeing from teams. They are jumping on Clase early in the count because, one, they're hunting the cutter. They know he's around the strike zone, and so they're trying to ambush him early and stay away from a deep count or a 2-strike count. Here's Andrew Vaughn, 0 for 3. The set, the pitch, and it's a touch-high slider. So Cleveland would like Clase to keep the hitter a little more honest with more sliders and also work the cutter in more to right-handed hitters than just away. The pitch, swing and a miss, good slider. The other thing, and this is a hard thing sometimes to really change, his command is so good as far as always being around the strike zone. Sometimes he throws too many strikes. Now the pitch, runner goes, pitch swung on a miss, throw to second, bounces in there, knocked down by Arias. That'll be a steal for Robert. Boy, he's running well. 2 steals today, 3 in the year. Hustled down the line to force that error. And now the White Sox, in a scoreless 9th inning, have a runner at second base with their best hitter at the plate, and Andrew Vaughn, down in the count of 0-2 strikes. Clase brings the hands up. Chest high, checks the runner, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. So there you saw more sliders, and he strikes out Andrew Vaughn for the 2nd out in the inning. Sometimes Clase is throwing so many strikes, the hitter goes up there swinging early and aggressively, knowing it's going to be around the strike zone. You maybe try to get them to chase a little more. Pitches out of the zone. Here's Matt Theis. The pitch. And it's in there, a strike. Of course, then you walk that fine line. Yeah, but don't pitch from behind in the count. So the bottom line is Clase's fine. But there are a few things that they want to tweak because it's a league of adjustments. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball got away from Naylor, and to third goes Robert on the pass ball. So 2 down, a runner at third, scoreless in the 9th. And an 0-2 count as Bo Naylor just flat out didn't catch it. Now you got to be careful. Runner at third, 2 down. No score. 0-2 count on Theis. Robert darting down the line. The pitch got him swinging on a cutter. So Clase makes sure the error doesn't cost him. Well, he reached back for a little extra on that. Can Cleveland walk off the Sox in the home opener? We're about to find out. Scoreless headed to the bottom of the 9th.
Pat Moran.
down and in, ball one. No score, bottom of the ninth. Each team with 2 base hits. Cleveland got theirs in the 6th. White Sox got theirs in the 4th. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a foul at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. A frigid day at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. 35 degrees. Sun is shining, although now the shadows encompass all of the infield, so it's much easier for the hitters. Clevenger with the 1-1. Swung on, pulled to first, just foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, the White Sox were 5-8 against Cleveland last year. That might not seem like much, but Cleveland was the one team they gave more trouble to a year ago than anybody else in the Central. And they're right back at it here today. Now the 1-2. Swung on, grounded toward first. Off the glove of Vaughn on the backhand. Recovered by the second baseman. Throw to Sosa. Got by Clevenger. Backed up by the catcher, Thyssen. Foul ground. A shot on the ground that Vaughn went to the backhand. A step toward second. Kicked off his glove. Carried into shallow right with Sosa, the second baseman, grabbing it, spinning and throwing to first in the dirt. Clevenger couldn't dig it out. He had no chance. That was kind of a do-or-die play for both Sosa and for Clevenger, and it'll be ruled a base hit. Here's Kyle Manzardo. Tanks down and in, ball 1. So Cleveland with a winning run at first. Nobody out in the 9th inning. Manzardo is twice a strikeout victim and a walk. You're not bunting here. Manzardo digs in. The pitch. Outside, missed with a changeup, 2-0. Cleveland has 3 base hits. The White Sox have 2. No score, bottom of the 9th. Those that remain on their feet here in Cleveland. The 2-0 pitch. Just a touch high, 3-0. John Kenzie Noel looms on deck. Outfield for Manzardo. Deep and around toward right. Let's see if he's swinging here. 3-0 pitch. Here it comes. A swing and a miss. He spun out of that box. He had one thought in mind. The home plate celebration with one swing of the bat. 3 balls and a strike. Santana at first with nobody out in the 9th inning. Clevenger from the belt. Sets. Fires. Swung on. Foul down the left side. Lower deck. Full count. Cleveland had the best home record in all of the American League a year ago. 50-30. Remember that final game of the year was finally rained out here against Houston. Now the payoff pitch. Runner stays. Pitch fouled back. Sandy Alomar Jr. goes over to tell something to Carlos Santana, the runner at first. Nobody out. Full count on Manzardo. Not much of a lead for Santana. The 3-2. Runner stays. Pitch fouled over the screen again. Still a full count on Manzardo. Now the 3-2. Down and in. Walked him on a curveball. So the winning run, Carlos Santana at second. Kyle Manzardo heads to first. Carlos Santana with career hit number 1,800 to start this inning. And now John Kenzie Noel at the plate. Well, you know he's not bunting. Fouled out as the pinch hitter stayed in the game playing right field with Nolan Jones moving to center. The pitch Curve down low, ball one, and Clevenger's getting himself into a heap of trouble. And this is, again, what we talked about earlier. The White Sox are very unsettled at the back end of their bullpen, and it's maybe being exposed here in the ninth. 2 on, nobody out, no score. The pitch up high, didn't chase the fastball. 1 ball, make that 2 balls, no strikes on Noel. Cleveland's been aching for that big hit all year long. Batting 148 with men in scoring position. The pitch outside with another pitch that wasn't even close. 3-0 the count on Noel. Is he swinging here? Nolan Jones on deck. Clevenger sets the 3-0 pitch. Bullseye, he was taking 3-1 the count. Boy, that was a get-me-over fastball. Only 91 miles an hour. You should see how shallow the White Sox are in the outfield. It's like the winning run's at third. The pitch. Swung on, bang, foul, third base side. I don't know that I have ever seen an outfield this shallow with nobody out and the winning run at second. Any ball that's even medium deep is going to cause fits for the outfielders. Clevenger's ready. Here's the payoff pitch. Swings and fouls off a breaking ball away. Normally, this is the kind of outfield defense you would see with a winning run at third. But first and second, nobody out. Manager Will Venable trying to cut off the winning run on a single. Now the payoff inside, ball 4. They're loaded up. So Clevenger giving up the base hit, then back-to-back walks. And Nolan Jones, in his return to Cleveland, can be a part of a mob scene as Theis goes to the mound. Well, one thing about the outfield, they don't have to move in any closer with the bases loaded. And now this game is right there on a platter for the taking if you're the Cleveland Guardians. And now, heading out is the manager, Will Venable. He is waving for an outfielder, Baldwin, to come in, and they're probably going to play a 5-man infield. So Will Venable, the rookie manager for the White Sox, just waved in Baldwin from left field. He's coming to the dugout to get a new glove, I guess. And that means he's going to be part of a 5-man infield. And we're seeing Will Venable say, okay, I'm not just going to play it safe here. I'm going to bring in a 5th infielder. And so Baldwin is going to come in and play, it looks like, between the second baseman and the shortstop. Everybody is in on the grass. The White Sox now have 2 guys in the outfield. They're shallow. Robert in straightaway center. Tauchman in right. Here's Nolan Jones. 0 for 2 with a walk. Bases loaded. Nobody out. 5 infielders in on the cut of the grass. Clevenger's ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Well, you don't have to hit the ball to the cemetery across 9th Street. All you need now is even a flare to left. There's nobody out there. Now the 0-1 pitch. Down and in. Backhanded grab by Theis. 1 ball, 1 strike. Santana at third. Manzardo at second. Noel at first. Nobody out in the 9th. White Sox with 5 on the infield playing in, with a center fielder and a right fielder playing shallow. The 1-1 delivery. Inside, ball 2, 2-1. Clevenger has made 28 pitches. Only 13 strikes. The set. The pitch. Way outside. 3-1 the count. This could literally be a walk-off win. Bases loaded, nobody out. A 3-2 count on Nolan Jones. Clevenger the set. Clevenger the pitch. 3-1 the count. Swing and a drive. Deep right field, down the line, hooking foul. Full count. Bases loaded, nobody out in the ninth. No score. And a 3-2 count on Nolan Jones. Clevenger has to get the strikeout. Jones has struck out a bunch in the early going. Clevenger, time is called. Nolan Jones so far in this young campaign, if you include today, has had 24 at-bats, 10 strikeouts. The set by Clevenger, the payoff pitch. Low ball 4, ball game. Clevenger walks Nolan Jones with the bases loaded, and the Guardians walk off the White Sox literally and win it 1-0. Peter and Company Jewelers in Avon Lake is